Hello and welcome to the Tuesday Tell-All. My name is Bobby Fazio. It is Tuesday already, September 23rd. Wow. All right. So that means summer is officially over. I think summer ends like September 20th or 21st, right? Yeah. So it's fall. I hate fall. I'm like a big fall person, not into pumpkin spice. Don't really care about Halloween anymore since I'm not in like high school or younger. Just I don't know. By now I can just look forward to Christmas or something. It's not really my season, but it's been pretty nice out. It's been hot. It's hot today. It was like 84 degrees today, where I am. So I like that. It's good racing weather. We're gonna have good weather this weekend coming up in St. Louis. We had really good weather in Charlotte this past weekend. So we paid our dues at the beginning of the season, and I'm hoping that like it's smooth sailing for the rest of the season. I think all the rainouts in the beginning were a problem. Well, I guess I can't really say that because Tulsa had a rainout in race number 2 this past weekend that they have to make up in Dallas in a couple weeks. So other than that, I'm giving the weather like a 90% right now. We'll go with that. I give it like a 40% in the beginning of the season. It was brutal. Anyways, how's everybody doing out there? Who was racing this past weekend? Anybody see the racing going on in Charlotte? That was pretty amazing. Very, very interesting turn of events there, I should say, in Stock Eliminator. Danny Davis, what's going on? How you doing? It's time. What's up, buddy? Steve Bruce, happy Tuesday, Steve. How you doing? Hayden Brown down in Nolens, what's up? Are you going to Ennis? I believe I am going to Ennis. I'm still looking for a stalker or super stalker to drive there, or room in a trailer from up here in the Northeast down to that direction of Ennis, Texas. So if anybody knows somebody who knows somebody, let them know. All right. Looking for a stalker, looking for a super stalker. I'm licensed to drive anything, quick, $9.99 and faster, as well as, anything in stock and super stock. Yeah. And even clutch cars if you got one of those. But yeah, I am going there. I don't usually go to races that I'm not racing at for, more than 3 days at the most, but it sounds like I'm going to be in Ennis for the entirety of Speed Week. So I'd much rather be racing while I was there. So let me know if you hear anything. So Hayden Brown, I will see you there, as well as Walt Walker. What's going on, Walt? Let's go. Happy Tuesday. Walt Walker, great guy. Good racer. Bruce Fulper, I'm eating Dutch apple pie for the Dutch race. There you go. All right. Who's going to the Dutch Classic at Maple Grove? I'll definitely be at that one racing. Brian Zenzen, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Dutch Classic, by the way, is good race, fast times, class eliminations, no AHFS for the people that love that. And, it's a grade point. Can't afford not to, right? Zenzen, what's up? Joe Collins. Hey, Joe, how you doing? I think Joe was... Did I see Joe down in Charlotte this past weekend? I feel like I did. I know I saw Josh Barzy there with the Flintstone car. What's going on, Joe? Brian Cool, how you doing? Happy evening. Good evening. Hey, Bobby. Brian Cool. I don't know what's going on here. Mixing the words up. It is a little hot in here, though. I wish it was a little cooler now that you mention it. Ray Thurston, what's up? Actually, in the garage, mounting an electric fan tonight. Oh, boy. Somebody's stepping into the 20th century. What's up, Ray? How you doing, man? Reggie. Oh, Reggie. Reggie. How you doing, buddy? I hope you're all right, man. I feel bad for what happened to you there. We'll talk about it in a little bit. Reggie Litch, everybody. How you doing, Reggie? Good to see you, man. Walter Gamble. What's up, Walt? How you doing? Michael Borst. This is good racing weather. You got that right. It really is. Tom Gent. What's going on, man? Russell Gent's been having some tough races. I've been seeing these numbers correctly. Good God. Tom, it's just not right now. Kids running some good packages there, and it's like if Russ is like 005, the other racer is 004, it seems like right now. So hang in there, Tom and Russ. Tom Baker, what's going on, Tom? Tom, I know will be at the Dutch. Tom lives for running class eliminations, and well, he better be at the Dutch. Tom, you better be at the Dutch, right? And Cecil County, because that's like not too far from your house. Nick Ryder, what's going on, Nick Ryder? How you doing, buddy? How you feeling? I hope everything's all right. Terry Nolan, no luck at Charlotte, says Terry Nolan. Nah, I saw, man. That's all right. Hang in there. Keep going. The Dutch would be great if it wasn't an open. I agree. That's why I've always said your best open should replace your worst divisional. At least give open some kind of, purpose, right? Because there really is none. I'm only racing at the Dutch, even though it's only about an hour from our race operation, because I need a grade point. If I didn't need grade points, I don't really run that race. I don't beat on my car for no points. However, I've won that race 2 times, so I probably should race it more often. Doug Deck, how you doing? Wish I was coming to St. Louis. Yeah, no, I wish I was too, because we got the national event this upcoming weekend, and then it is a Division 3 double October 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So that would have been good. That is a hike though, but so is Dallas. Dallas is 1,500 miles from me. I don't know how far St. Louis is. I need to map those 2 out and see. So going to be 21 plus hours of driving coming up. Furthest I've gone for driving is Gainesville, and that's only about maybe 900,000 miles. So this is like time and a half right there. Tom Maoli heading to Bakersfield for the D7 double. That's this weekend. Very good. Reggie got some explaining to do. Reggie. Tom Gent, it just isn't coming our way these days. I know that feeling. And I had a rough weekend trying to tie up points. I was 006 to a trip zip and 020 to a 006 first round both days. Both resulted in L's. It's like Alan Reinhardt always said, it's like a right place, right time kind of sport. The pair behind you, a 60 light beats an 80 light, and it makes you scratch your head all the way home. Tom Baker will be at Cecil and the Dutch. Finished Virginia there also. All right. Baker will be at the Dutch. Chuck Weisberg, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. All right. Let's see here. We got to cover some results. We got a couple announcements. Driverinterviews.com. That's the website. Make sure you go there. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you could. I appreciate that. Shirts I gave away. Well, not gave away. I sold like a bunch of shirts. I need to order some more for Dallas for sure. But the Keystone Nationals there was pretty good with shirts. And the car show stickers, man. Every spectator wanted the car show, hashtag the car show sticker. So I definitely need to reorder up a couple more of them. I went there with at least 200 to 300 of those stickers. And man, people were gobbling them. I was only putting out like 10 at a time because you can't put out like the whole stack because you don't know who's going to come by and swipe them all. And I try to keep an eye on that, who's taking too much. But no, man, people were taking like 1 to 2 tops, and that many people walk by. So I love it. Hashtag the car show at Driver Interviews is the handle for Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. OriginalLupeTortilla.com. I'll be seeing Stan and Sheila Holt down there in Dallas this week, which is always a great thing because their food is amazing. Their pit hospitality is amazing, and they're just amazing people. So looking forward to that. DragInsights.com. Walt Walker and I will have our Jegs All-Stars preview episode next week, a week from tonight, by the way. And we always interject the Drag Insights stats in there to help us make our picks and talk about some of the drivers. We're going to have a couple drivers call in and talk to us about, their trip and heading down there. Some of them are repeat Jegs All-Stars, so we can get even more insight and experience from those drivers. Also want you to know that full increments are now on Drag Insights, which is something that we've been waiting for quite some time. I think that's going to change the game a little bit. Looking forward to that. Right now, I think they've got the 2025 increments in there, and they're going to keep going and getting all the past data in there. So draginsights.com, can't afford not to, right? Check it out. At least become a free member. All you need is an email address. For the Jegs All-Stars, though, there's going to be voting. You can enter the little competition here. You can pick your own drivers. Anybody that picks all the winner of each category gets a free lifetime premium membership to Drag Insights. Whoever doesn't win, all the other voters, there will be a drawing, and 2 of those, there'll be 2 winners that'll get year-long premium memberships. So Alicia wanted me to relay that information to you. That's draginsights.com. Make sure you're a free member so you can get in there and vote. All right, guys? Rob Youngblood, advancedclutches.com. I can't wait to get back in my super stock car. However, I've been wanting to dump the clutch in that car for 3 years, but I drove Paul Gunther's car recently, and I never enjoyed releasing a trans brake button so much in my life. I don't know, guys. I could convert to the dark side. Who knows? But no, seriously, we are getting the 289 back out on track this year at some point, I would imagine. A couple of the speed bumps that we were having, I think we worked through. We just got to get that car fully buttoned up and out for testing. Thank you very much, Rob Youngblood, advancedclutches.com, for your contribution to our race program. We appreciate it. PontiacEngines.com. That's Bruce Fulper. When's Bruce going to get that back out there in a stock or super stock car? Bruce, let us know, man. You're going to put a 428 Pontiac engine in it? Let us know. We're anxious to find out. VP Racing Fuels. Make sure you put some VP Racing Fuels in that Pontiac engine. Make that nicely rated combo go even faster, right? Ray Thurston? VP Race Fuels, fuel and oil contingency. Thank you, VP Race Fuels, for your support this year. Best racing fuel you can get, bar none. RP Minnick, the best racing accountant you can get, bar none, right? That's Ray Minnick, RPM at rpminnick.com. Saw him at the Nationals. He's talking about actually possibly getting a tent for us next year, so we can talk to spectators in the real thick of things over there by the Midway. So that was a pretty good idea. We're going to have to talk about that a little bit more, Ray Minnick, but looking forward to possibly doing something like that. RocketmanCoatings.com. That's Rocky. Rocketman Coatings. Less friction equals more horsepower, engine, and drivetrain coatings, guys. Be sure to get yourselves set up if you're building a new engine, or if your engine builder is building you a new engine. Ask your engine builder about this coating process and what he or she thinks about it. All right. And Don Kennedy Race Car Insurance. New contact information coming soon for his wife, Sharon, as soon as she is ready to fully handle the business. I know she was squaring up things at home due to Don's untimely loss there, and I miss my friend, and I'm sure she misses her husband. So I will let you guys know. I'll keep you guys posted about that, the race car insurance. All right, let's see here. Boy, the comments are still flying. Pete Ducko down there in Florida. It's probably hot there right now. Eddie Byler. How about Eddie was racing the bracket finals this past weekend? He was, runner-up in the Race of Champions or runner-up in the Gamblers race. I think he might have won the Race of Champions, but I think he said he lost in the second round of the bracket finals, which disappointed me because I thought we were going to head to Las Vegas, man. I was definitely going to Las Vegas with him if he was headed to Las Vegas. But great job this season, Eddie, and thanks for your help with the Keystones. Eddie, let me know if you want to go to Dallas, too, if you want to ride along. Hello, Bobby and Gearhead, says Perry Ford. All right, are you coming to Pomona? I'm planning on it. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell my wife. But yeah, I'm planning on coming to Pomona, too. That's in November. So this week-long thing in Dallas, this is a little untimely. But I do want to find a car. Trans brake. Soy boy. There's Thurston with his 80s insults. Thanks, Ray. Nick Ryder, some of you guys complained about NHRA. You could race IHRA. Yep, well, some of them could. Hopefully, IHRA gets the support that it deserves. I'm building Bob Bale's 1983 Nitro's Firebird with a VP-powered 428. Long live the Macho Pancho. All right. I heard of that one. Won the Gamblers race, runner-up for the Race of Champions. All right. Man, he was having a great year there. Eddie was. How you guys doing? Dad's at the IHRA race this week. All right. Where is that race this week? Because I know they had a little bit of a weather scare, we'll say. Someone purged the O2 demons. All right. Indeed. Someone needs to, that Paul Gunther car is a work of art. Just got a little gremlin that we're chasing right now. But I know we're going to figure it out. So don't worry. We got some of the sharpest minds in the business on it right now as we speak. Right, Paul? That would be me and Paul. All right, Paul. I'll see you in a couple days. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got some birthdays. We got to shout out the birthdays. We got Mark Madison and Steve Hahn were September 20th. Happy birthday, Mark and Steve. We got Venice Perno. Venice Perno. All right, NHRA announcers. It's not Vince Perno. It's Venice Perno. I think they're getting it right. Finally, it's September 21st. That was Venice's birthday. Usually see Venice at PRI and sometimes at the Dutch Classic, too, I think. So hopefully I see him out there. He's got the modified Mustang. And Corey Mahi, that is today, September 23rd. Happy birthday, Corey. Those are the Drag Insights birthdays. If you want your birthday shouted out on this show, you got to make sure you're a Dragon Sites member and your birthday's in there, because that's how I get them. I don't scour Facebook. I just go to the Dragon Sites calendar. All right, guys. Salem, Ohio. Salem, Ohio is where the IHRA race is this weekend. All right. Well, I hope they have good weather, and I hope they have a good race. They've sound like they've been like wonderful events. Very thankful for the racers coming, giving them ice, giving them food, giving them nice, lucrative payouts. So, I mean, long live the IHRA and long live the NHRA. I would like both sanctioning bodies to live forever. We need that. We need that. And IHRA, please buy ATCO Dragway. I will support you to the ends of the earth if you were to reopen ATCO Dragway. And I think I could speak for Paul Gunther and Kalen Gunther as well. They will too. Oh, we got three right there. ATCO Dragway, bring it back. All right. By the way, Kalen Gunther. Did anybody see her photos? I just thought of this from the Nationals at Maple Grove. Like astounding photos. An eye that like I wish I had. But check them out. I will post. I'm gonna post some of her photos this week. I'm like behind, but she sent me a lot of good ones that she took of she took hundreds of photos, but she sent me the photos that she took of me, so I could have them, and I want to post them and show you guys, because I think a very important like aspect of the racing program, you got to go out and find some sponsorship. In my opinion, if you put Kaylin's photos on your sponsorship proposal, I think it might improve your chances. So I'll be sure to post her contact information and social media handle probably this week at some point. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Announcements. Jegs All-Stars episodes next Tuesday with Walt Walker. I already said that. Gaff Tech Solutions is paying $5,000 to win the AA stick shootout at the Dutch Classic. So if you're running AA stick, that's something to look forward to. That's way more money than you would win if you won anything related to that event. The Hagerstown Big Money Race, the combo race, is October 11th and 12th. That's Hagerstown, Maryland. That's being put on by, I believe, like Herbie Knoll, Marty Reinhart, the Huntsberries. So the Big Money Race is on Saturday, and then there's another nice money race. I think pays at least $2,500 to win on Sunday. That's the Huntsberry Memorial Race. So the Saturday race is $225 entry fee, $10,000 to the winner, $2,800 to runner up. If they get more than 64 cars, they're going to pay the semis, and the purses will all go up. They still have awards from the rained out Big Money Race that was supposed to take place back in May. So you guys, it should be a good event there. I am going to be in Ennis, Texas, though, because that is the weekend of the Nationals. So I'm going to miss it this year, unfortunately. But I hope it is a well-attended race. I have a feeling it will be, because the money sounds pretty phenomenal. So you got that going on October 11th and 12th, Hagerstown, Maryland. It's a Saturday and Sunday. All right. So don't have to take off any work for that. And Sunday, that race, they're not allowed to race there till at least I think 11 a.m. on Sundays. So even if you just showed up for Sunday, you got time to get there in the morning. All right. What else? We've got, let's do some results. Let's go to the results. All right. Let's go to ZMAX. We had a national event there this past weekend. That's in Charlotte, North Carolina, Concord, North Carolina, if you want to get technical about it. Not very heavily attended as far as spectators are concerned. And it was 4 wide for the pros this past weekend. But I would like to see that place get more fan base there. And I can't figure out why. I know there's that Facebook page that's always posting every week about why NHRA is not getting enough spectators and blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to Charlotte, I've been saying it for a while. I don't understand, especially that September race. It doesn't really get a whole lot of spectators. So what needs to be done? I mean, I don't know. I think weekend passes is always one of my first suggestions. $100, you can go every day. Go Friday, go Saturday, go Sunday. Enjoy the whole weekend. It might sell more tickets. It might help hotels get more business. It'll help Twin Peaks get more business down the street. It just trickles down. It's a trickle-down effect. But anyways, number one qualifier there at ZMAX was Madison Wilson, H-Stock Automatic out of South Carolina. It's a 1983 Camaro. 1121.9 on a 1215 index, 931 under the index. There were 56 cars in competition in stock eliminator, so that allows for a 6-round race. And in the final round, it was Jeff Longany It's probably his home national event here. He's in the B Stock Automatic 2000 Corvette, going up against Morgan Taylor, who I believe is Madison Wilson's sister, right? Madison Wilson, if I got this correct, right? Madison Wilson and Morgan Taylor are sisters, and Morgan Taylor married Chad Taylor, and so her name's Taylor now. She's driving the C Stock Automatic 70 Nova. All right, so she's got what I believe is a 396 or 402 powered Nova, and she's leaving first here with a 10. No, she's not. I'm sorry. Wait a second. Hold the phone here. Longini's dialed 1062 in B. Morgan was dialed 1057 in C. Longini leaves first. He's 020 on the tree, dialed 1062, gets down there, runs a 1060 with a 9, breaks out by 11 thousandths of a second. Whereas Morgan Taylor, who was dialed 1057, was 027 on the tree. So Longini did have 7th thou to play with down there. She runs a 1056.7 on a 1057, breaks out by 3 thou by virtue of the double breakout. Morgan Taylor gets her first national event win in her first final. Now, let's talk about her road to the final. She had a heads-up round, first round, I should say, against Reggie Litch, who was just on here a couple minutes ago. I guess he's still here. And I think on paper, Morgan was the favorite there, and Reggie would be considered the underdog. This is on paper, though, based on the qualifying. Reggie wins the round. Morgan launches the car. The steering wheel flies off, and she's got no steering wheel, so she has to bring the car to a stop. Reggie gets the win. However, apparently Reggie came up light on the scales down there in the on the return road, reinstating Morgan Taylor. So Morgan lost first round, got reinstated, and then made it all the way to the final round to get her first national event win. She had to get past Barry Parker in the second round, Matt Rover in the third round. She had a fourth round bye, I believe Jeff Warren in the fifth round, and then final round against Jeff Longini. So she was 62 on the tree against Reggie, 41 on the tree against Barry Parker, and then she really honed in. 25 against Rover, 11 in the bye, 19 against Warren, and then 27 against Longini. So she got her first win. Congratulations to Morgan Taylor. Jeff Longini, congratulations on your runner-up. Longini was killing it too, man. 005 second round, 18 in the third round, 17 against Foley, 006 against Cody Phillips, and 20 in the final round. So I'm telling you, Longini, that guy he's a terror too. So congratulations. It's great to get your first win, and when you get it against like a killer, it's even better, right? So congrats, guys. Way to go. Super Stock. John Fogel was number 1 qualifier, GTH Automatic, 2005 Cavalier. 46 cars in Super Stock. John was qualified with a 952.0 on a 1050, so that's 98 under. And Byron Warner, who's having like a kind of a weird season, I would say, for a Warner brother, right? He had a lot of first-round exits this year, but then he came out and killed everybody in Virginia. Then he was first-round exit again at the Keystones last week, and then he comes here and just kills everybody at Charlotte. And the Warner brothers have a good history here at Charlotte. 95 Camaro. This is Byron, Superstock I Automatic, and going up against Marion Stevenson, the Corn Dog King, 2006 Cobalt GTG Automatic. Very, very good racer in his own right. Marion leaving second, dialed 945. Byron's leaving first, dialed 983. Byron's 025 on the tree. Marion's 064. You can't be 064 against a Warner brother and expect to win. Warner, 995 coasting. I believe Stevenson spun a little bit or had some issues because he ran a 978 on the 945. May have contributed to the poor reaction time, but sometimes a spin kind of can get you to red light as well, at least in a stick car anyway. So he went 142 miles an hour, but he was way off. Warner gets his 9th national event win. Warner was 011 first round against Frank Altilio. Denny Stewart, he was 044. 008 against Eddie Longini, 009 against Joe Tysinger, 006 against Greg Porter, and 025 in the final. So he really, whatever frustrations he had throughout this season, he took them out on everybody there at ZMAX. 9th national event win. Congratulations, Byron Warner. And we got to give a shout out to Wes Leopold, longtime stock and super stock racer, who got his second win of his career there in Comp Eliminator. So Wes Leopold went down to Charlotte, North Carolina, and I believe he's got a Dodge Avenger, a red one. and gets a win in comp eliminator. Way to go, West Leopold. All right. Let's see. I think Morgan's car is an LT1 350 350, and my dad says 350 LT1 combo from the Yenko Nova. All right, thanks for clearing that up, everybody. Is Mason Dixon this weekend? Mason Dixon is October 11th and 12th is Mason Dixon. But there could be a Mason Dixon. I forgot to check that. There could be a stock super stock combo race. So if somebody wants to clarify that for me, the Rob Keister Mid-Atlantic Stock Super Stock Association, let me know. Michael Boris, that's a good question there. Thanks for bringing that up, by the way. So if anybody knows, is because I forgot to check that, if Rob Keister's having one of his races this weekend, let us know. Speaking of sponsors, I am now WD with CP Pistons. I'll save racers a bunch. Call me for quotes. All right, that sounds good. So are you working with CP Pistons, Bruce Fulper? Wonderful. Bring class back to nationals. I agree, Tom. So I would love that. I like it on Friday at nationals. I know you probably don't care if it's Thursday or what, but Friday for sure. Friday in front of the crowd. Spectator ticket prices are too high. I took my grandson to Virginia Motorsports Park Nationals on a Saturday. $140 for 2 tickets. That's crazy. $140. Wow. I thought it was $60 per ticket at the most, but that's insane. But you know what? Virginia was a different animal. That's where NHRA, I think they run like 3 sessions of pros or something. They did a lot on Saturday at the Virginia race. So it might have been special pricing, extra special pricing there, Joe. So sorry about that. Warren Monteith, looking forward to the divisional next month at Cecil County. Excellent. Scales weren't available on our pit side before first round. I took weight to the scales on the opposite side and weighed what should have put me 10 over. I weighed 10 under and DQ'd. Lesson learned. Oh, man. That's sad. Sorry to hear that, Reggie. That's unfortunate. So they did pit all the sportsmen on that far side, like next to the right lane, we'll say, over there. So so you weighed on your side, so that's unfortunate. Sorry to hear that, buddy. Stock Super Stock is at Maryland this weekend. All right, Hagerstown, Maryland. Yes, his race is this weekend with a dinner and a breakfast. Oh, goodness gracious. Paul, we're missing it. Walt Walker, that sucks, Reggie. Yeah, it sure does. Walt's speaking on behalf of all of us. Sorry to hear that, Reggie. All right, let's go to Tulsa, Oklahoma. There was no live timing, but there was a track app apparently that I didn't know about. I don't like the track apps though, because they don't. The track apps that we have, like Cecil County's got a track app. You have to know who the car number, the driver number is. They don't have the name, so it makes it a little tough. You're trying to figure out who's who going down the track. There was NHRA TV though at Tulsa, so you were able to watch it for free on like YouTube or NHRA TV. And you would have seen Jimmy Hidalgo Jr. be the number 1 qualifier, E-Stock Automatic. That's his 2004 Pontiac GTO. It's 1067 on 1170 index, 103 under, 54 cars. I thought he only goes for number 1 when there's odd number of cars. I don't know why he needs that buy run anyway. It's not like he really needs it. He usually just beats everybody. So, however, when he get matched up against Parker DeVore in round 3, he got taken out, which is kind of rare in that Hidalgo in that GTO. But let's see. We had a final round here between Parker DeVore and the 77 Plymouth Valari H-Stock Automatic going up against Gary Emmons, the wheel. Is he still doing big wheelies from like Indy style 2014 Cobra Jet factory stock A? I don't know. Let us know, because I didn't really get to watch Tulsa. Every time I turned it on, there was nothing happening, or the classes I wanted to see weren't going down the track. Parker, though, let's see. 084 on the tree. 084. Dialed 1149. Woo. Runs an 1153. Leaving first. Gary Emmons, 184 on the tree. Good gracious. 894 dial, and Gary runs dead on with a 3. 894.3 on an 894, but a 184 light. That is not like Gary Emmons. Parker DeVore gets the win there with the 084 light. So there you go. You know, if you're Russell Gent right now and you're like 008 and the other guy's 007, and then you see a final round where an 84 beats a 184, it probably makes you want to drive your car into the sand trap. Parker DeVore gets his 7th divisional event win. How about that? So 1153 on the 1149, and Emmons was dead on with a 3. 152 miles an hour. Something don't seem right there. Let's see. Parker DeVore took out the whole Emmons family. Took out Will Emmons in the first round. Took out Landon Emmons in the second round. Took out Gary Emmons in the final round. I guess that's probably like normal for a lot of people that win in Division 4 because you're racing against a lot of family members that have multiple cars in multiple categories. So congratulations, Parker DeVore, on 7th divisional event win. Superstock. Michael Bryant was number 1 qualifier. That's a 2015 Camaro. It's a Superstock F automatic. So that's the street version. 945.8 on the 1045. That is 992 under the index. And there were 43 cars in Superstock. Let's see here. Way to click off of it. There we go. There's Jimmy Hidalgo Jr. Now he made it to the final round of Superstock here in his Superstock G Automatic 99 Firebird against Harvey Emmons. So let's see. Jimmy was dialed 981. Harvey in the 2005 Cavalier. That's Speedy Emmons, GTE Automatic. He's dialed 936, leaving second. Cooter was 018 on the tree, which is average for him. That's probably not even a good light for him at this point. And runs dead on with an 8. So he's got a 26 pack there. Not bad. Harvey Emmons, 004 red. He was dialed 936, and he runs a 937 at 133 miles an hour. So he was dialed pretty tight there. Would have been a good race. Congratulations, Jimmy Hidalgo Jr. That's his 27th divisional event win, and we'll find out where that puts him in the points. Tulsa race number 2 got rained out. Bob Vogel was the number 1 qualifier in K-Stock Automatic. That's a 1981 Malibu, 1163.8 on a 1265. So he was 101 under the index. And number 1 qualifier in Superstock was Bob Cruzen, GTD Automatic. That's a 2010 Cobalt. That might have one of them 428 Pontiac engines in it. That's a 9029 on a 10 flat index. 971 under. Bruce Fulper, is that one of them 428s? They finished the first round, and they will complete this race at Ennis, Texas during the Stampede of Speed Week. I think they're going to finish this on, Walt, let me know. Is that they're going to finish this on like Tuesday and Wednesday or something? I forget. I know they put that announcement out, and I should have wrote it down, but I didn't. All right. All-Star Racing Association, the Gutters by Design. Hey, that's Tim Stickles. Gutters by Design Shootout was won by Ethan Sutherland, GTM Automatic, 1980 Malibu. He defeated Brady Jazeski, F-Stock Automatic, 68 Camaro. Ethan ran dead on with a 0, and Brady had a slight advantage at the tree, but broke out by 1/1000th of a second. Congratulations, Ethan Sutherland. Thank you, Gutters by Design. Race number 6 saw Ethan Sutherland in the winner's circle again. How about that? He had a heck of a weekend. This time he defeated Charlie Howe in the K-Stock Automatic 64 Nova Wagon. I love the sounds of that. Jim Whitehead and Jim Farrell were the semifinalists. And for the third time, TJ Boucher is the 2025 All-Star Racing Association champion. So that is up in the New England area, Superstock Combo Association up there. Midwest Class Racers, Make-A-Wish race, and their Brainerd Stock Superstock race results, compliments of Brian Zenzen. Saturday's winner was Tracy Fairchild, and the runner-up was Corey Hopkins. I love Tracy Fairchild. He's got the AMX. Sunday winner was Nick Berdemus, and the runner-up was Wyman Jelly. How about that? Nice. Congratulations, Nick. The Midwest Class Racers Make-A-Wish race, the Saturday winner was Brent Kopeka in the 16-second 1986 Dodge Charger. Nice. And runner-up was Bill Burnstraw. Congratulations. And the Sunday winner was Dale Garber, while the runner-up was Curtis Heeb. All right. Thanks for the results there, Mr. Zenzen. Let's see what's shaking in the points here now. Bubba Linky is still number 1 overall in Stock Eliminator. Johnny Gray is second. Joe Santangelo is in third. Jeff Longany is in fourth. And Jeff Strickland is in 5th place overall Stock Eliminator. Superstock, Jimmy Hidalgo Jr. is in first place. He just won a divisional there, so that probably helped his cause a little bit more. Joe Santangelo's in second, Peter Diagnolo in third, Justin Lamb in fourth, and Brad Burton in 5th. And I do believe Brad Burton's about to start doing some traveling. Number 1 in each division, Johnny Gray in Stock, Pete Diagnolo in Superstock. That's Division 1. Jeff Longany in Stock, Monty Bogan in Superstock. That's D2. Houston Rakes in Stock, Fred Bartoli Jr. in Superstock, D3. Division 4 is Gary Emmons in Stock, Jimmy Hidalgo Jr. in Superstock. Division 5 is Logan Burnett in Stock and Tyler Wodarczyk in Superstock. I'm sure we'll see Tyler this week in St. Louis. Brad Burton in Stock and Brad Burton in Superstock for Division 6. Kyle Rizzoli in stock, and Leo Glassbrenner in super stock, Division 7. Kyle Rizzoli hasn't raced that much this year, and he's still in first place in D7. I think we're about to start seeing him resurface a little bit here. Monday, Tuesday, and possibly Wednesday for the Tulsa completion, the Tulsa makeup, we'll say. There will be Stampede of Speed. All right, Cody Phillips says, after hearing, geez, this is a long one. You can't even see my face. After hearing Reggie's misfortunes, I made sure to scale on both sides and fuel check prior to the heads up in round 4, and the scales were roughly 20 light on the left side of the track. Fuel barely checked on the right side of the track and was dead in the middle on the left. Oh, my God. They definitely should figure out their Charlotte issues. That sucks for Reggie. Yes, it does. Wow. Were all the sportsmen pitted on the same side or not? So my question is, what were they? You were pitted on. Everybody's pitted on the right side. So after going through the finish line, were they all making you turn off the left or something like that? Like, what was going on? Why? I thought they put out a notice that everybody was to be pitted on the right side at this race, unless they ran out of space and started pitting people on the left. Cruising is a Pontiac 428. He won Pomona a few years ago too. I know. I'm the reason he won. He has no idea, but I am the reason he won that race. He was about to lose. He was about to get sent home first round. I was helping the guy. He was a designated pair against Cruisin', and they were sending us out because Cruisin' never showed up. And we were about to roll out into the burnout box, and I said, look, I think I see Cruisin' all the way back in the back of the lanes. So I said, we'll do the sportsman thing. I'll run back. Hold on. Just wait. And I sprinted all the way to the back of the lanes at Pomona and said, hey, Mr. Cruisin', they're about to run without you. You're a designated pair. And he was like, what? Are you kidding me? So he got in his car and sped up there, won that round, obviously, and ended up winning the whole event. So there's my Bob Cruisin' story. And he probably doesn't remember that. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Any more announcements here? I think that's it. Man, that's really sad news there for Reggie, and the way that the scales could be off like that. I mean, usually scales can get a little weird when it rains. I've seen that happen at some of our races, and they read like 20 to 30 pounds heavy out of nowhere, and then it's like Russian roulette. Do you take some weight out? You know, if you have a heads up, you think you're 30 pounds over. Do you gamble it or not? You know. So, all right. Any more comments flying in? Yes, stock super stock at Maryland this weekend. So Mid-Atlantic Stock Super Stock Association. I wish I had more like details about that, but Rob Keister does treat the racers very well. Feeds them. They have like a pig roast at Cecil County. I believe that's John Leach that puts up that. Pete Cycles. He owns Pete Cycles. He puts up the pig roast. Like Keister knows how to take care of the racers. He works his butt off for his associations, Dot 90 and Mid-Atlantic Stock Super Stock. So go support him if you can. I will not be able to make it this weekend because Paul and I are working on Paul's car this weekend. All right, guys. Any more announcements, concerns, complaints, or forever hold your peace? Let me know. Other than that, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to all the sponsors that make this possible. Hope to see you all in Dallas in a couple weeks. If you could find me a stock or super stock car to drive, I really appreciate that. Or if you could find me spot in a trailer to get down there, I'd appreciate that. Or if you have a hookup with Enterprise Truck Rental or Home Depot or anything like that, where I can rent a truck to tow down there, let me know. All right. Everybody have a good night. Take care and be safe this week. See you later.